I'm here to tell you about why you should or should not play Destiny 2 in 2021. Short answer is if you're a solo player and do not have any friends that play this game, do not play it. For everybody else is if you have a couple friends that somewhat play the game, or maybe some friends that are hardcore in the game and they'll play with you, then yes, play the game. Enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, upgrade modules, and ascendant shards are going to be very important for new players. Those materials are used to upgrade armor pieces. It will upgrade the energy cost, which shows how much energy you can use for mods. So for example, this mod takes 4 energy, while this one only takes 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. Another 5 from this mod, 10 total. You cannot exceed the 10 limit, even if you don't have all your slots used. Once you masterwork an exotic armor or weapon piece, the combined total will go up to 10 per stat, 2 for each category, for a combined total of 5 armor pieces, which is 10 a stat. Weapons can also get masterworked. For example, regular weapon at a ability masterwork. So once it's masterwork, the stability stat increases. For an adept weapon like my Azumi here, it's a reload masterwork, but the other stats also got increased, but the reload stat was affected the most. Adept weapons can only drop from Trials of Osiris, which is the endgame PvP that runs every Friday through Monday, unless its Iron Banner is up, then it will not be available for the weekend. The other way to get an adept weapon is through the Grandmaster Nightfall. This season, it is a 1370 activity. The only other way to get a adept type of weapon is from the Master Vogue, which is 1360, but it will not be a adept weapon, it will be a Time Lost. Time Lost Fatebringer, as you can see here, is slightly different than regular Fatebringer. 1 has Time Lost right up here. 2, it can use adept mods, which you can get from clearing Grandmaster Nightfalls or going flawless and getting it from the chest. Just like with all the other adept weapons, the Time Lost weapons will increase their stats once they're masterworked. Old exotics are going to be a chore to get. If you come over here to the exotic archives near the vault, to the right of spawn, you will see that each exotic costs 1 exotic cipher, 100,000 glimmer, planetary resource, and an ascendant shard. For the raid weapons, however, they will cost spoils of conquest. You need 240 total, and from clears alone, you will need to clear an encounter 48 times to get an exotic raid weapon. While that seems like a lot, you will also be able to get 20 for completing the Vault of Glass chests and getting all of the secret ones, which are fairly easy to get. You will also be able to get Anarchy from them, which is one of the best exotics that you can use or buy from the kiosk with Spoils of Conquest, along with the Always On Time Sparrow, being the fastest sparrow in the game. Ariana's Vow is very good for Grandmaster Nightfalls. I also highly recommend picking this one up. Tiku's is also good for Grandmaster Nightfalls. That's also another pickup. And Witherhoard is good for ad clearing. Bellwinter's Lie is also a weapon you can get. Does not require any exotic cipher, and it's probably one of the best PvP weapons you can get from the kiosk. On exotic ciphers, you can get 1 from doing a quest line from Zur, or in the Battle Pass at tier 55, you get an exotic cipher. There's no other place to get exotic ciphers, so you will have to use them wisely. Personally, if I was a new player, I didn't have enough to get the raid exotics, I would most likely start out with Witherhoard, as it is a high damage AoE weapon that you can use in most activities, whether it be Nightfall, Strikes, just regular PvE. If you need a Crucible weapon, however, Crucible I'd recommend either Ace of Spades or Last Word if you're enjoying hand cannons. Thorn is also a good pickup. Devil's Ruin can melt with this alternate fire. Traveler's Chosen, which is this sidearm right here, is also fairly good if you're enjoying sidearms. And Duality is also another pickup that you could get for PvP because it is a decent shotgun. Altogether, you're going to need a lot of glimmer and shards to pick up all the exotics, and it is a complete slog to grind through. Ascendant shards can be obtained of 2 ways. 1, converting materials into them, which you can take planetary resources and enhancement cores to make prisms, and then you need to take enhancement prisms, glimmer, and materials to create a shard. Another way you can get a shard is from the Trials of Osiris, Flawless chest, or Grandmaster Nightfall completions. Because those are the 2 best ways to farm them, newer players are going to have a very hard time getting older exotics, which does suck. But you can also get Ascendant Shards from the Battle Pass. It is unfortunate that the Battle Pass and the Artifact system's best way to level up is from bounties. Daily bounties and repeatable bounties are the best ways to level it up, which sucks because that is a complete bore fest. Nobody wants to play a game for Bounty Simulator. Speaking on the Artifact, if you do happen to level it up and go through the bounty grind, you're going to want Particle Deconstruction. Particle Deconstruction is one of the best mods in the game right now. You can use a fusion rifle or a linear fusion rifle, and it'll stack up damage and weakness for up to 5 times. So if you shoot it 5 times with Vex or another fusion you have, and then switch to a linear fusion, your linear fusion is going to do a ton of damage, or even 1k. As long as it has fusion rifle or linear fusion in the title, it will count. The mod Fusion Scavenger this season works for both linears and regular fusions, and it only costs 3 energy, which is very good. Destiny 2 is free to start, not free to play. If you want the best subclasses in the game, which are the stasis subclasses, you need Beyond Light. The stasis subclasses are so overpowered that the Hunter one is literally one of the most overpowered and easiest kills you can get. The Glacier Grenade, combined with Touch of Winter, Shatter Dive, and the Whisper of Fissures, is basically a one-shot grenade that you can slam. Getting the aspects, you have to go on to Beyond Light after you finish the campaign and unlocking the subclass. You go to the Exo Stranger and you complete bounties and challenges for her. So all in all, new player experience is trash. If you want to level up solo, you have to grind Crucible, Vanguard Strikes, do your powerfuls, and then once you hit 13, I believe it's 1320 is the powerful cap this season, then you have to do only your pinnacles. And your pinnacles are Crucible, 3 of Crucible, any Crucible maps, or any Crucible activities, 3 Strikes, a Nightfall, 3 Gambit, which Gambit is one of the worst game modes because it hasn't gone on the map in so long. Doing Vault of Glass is another pinnacle. And that is basically all of your pinnacles for the week, which sucks because you only get like 5 of them. And unless you can do trials and go flawless, you're most likely not going to get a ton of light in a single day or weekend or week. And if you do not have a lot of time to pump into a game, this game is not going to respect your time at all because of all the time you need to invest into the game. Sadly, I recommend if you're going to play this, hopefully you have friends to do it with. You can use LFG, that is an okay way, but unless you really like the way this game feels, I do not recommend it at all. That's all for me for today. Hope everybody enjoyed watching, and take care. Please like, subscribe, and comment.